Chance from the motorcyclejones.com, and it's Tuesday. Just on my way to work. It's nice and cloudy this morning, a little bit cooler than it has been. It was awesome. I originally planned to do a montage of my weekly commutes this week, but it being Tuesday, I failed yesterday. I hit the record button on the camera and got the message saying no SD card, because it was still plugged into my computer from the videos I put together this weekend. But anyway, that's how it goes. So my ride to work is normally pretty benign. Not a whole lot of things, not a whole lot of traffic down here. It's kind of great. I also like that I live where on my way to work the sun would be to my back, so when I come home from work it's at my back again. I don't ever have to ride into the sun. Hurry, go, go, go. As you can see, not much traffic at all. So I've done riding tips on lane position. The standard lane position that you see in a lot of the safety materials is to be in the left-hand third of your lane. Right now, I'm obviously not in the left-hand third of the lane. I'm in the right-hand third of the lane, but it's because there's a seam or a crack that runs right where I'd want to be in the left-hand portion of the lane, and I don't like it, so I'm over here. One thing you will see me do is I do like to change position from side to side in the lane throughout my ride. I've read that our visual acuity picks up lateral movement better than it does oncoming movement, so I feel that if I move around a little bit, it helps me be a little bit more visible. It catches the attention of the drivers. I'm not saying I'm swerving back and forth serpentine style, but I want to do whatever I can to make sure I'm noticed. I believe most people are good and they don't really want to hit you or cut you off, but they need to know where you're at, and you still have to assume that they don't see you. Other things to think about are how visible are you to oncoming lanes of traffic too. Not that I expect to play chicken with anybody on the way to work, but if I were to follow very closely to that truck in front of us and come to an intersection where someone's wanting to turn left, if I'm hidden from their view, they may think, wow, there's a gap right behind that truck, which there wouldn't be. It would just be me. So it's another thing to think about, is just how visible you are to other drivers. It's really like playing a guessing game and trying to put yourself in the other driver's shoes. You know, when you come up to a light, what would you want to do if you were in the car? Would you normally try to get over so you're further up in line like that truck just did? He decided that being second in line is better than being third in line at the stoplight, at the traffic light. But then with those people turning right, he chose poorly, right? He gambled and missed. But those are the things you have to think about. Right now we are at a light that has people turning left without a red arrow afterwards, but the left-hand turn lane is all clear right now. Although I'll still stick my head around to stay visible. We do have a car up here wanting to turn left into the gas station, but I've got plenty of other blockers where even if he didn't see me, he wouldn't want to go because there was nowhere for him to go. Wow, it's gorgeous today. I love overcast days. It's weird being an Arizona native. A lot of us get tired of the sun, if that makes sense. There's so much of it, so much of the time. It's like we have an absence of weather a lot of the times. But the roads right here, we may actually got some rain. It's been a wetter, one of the wetter years out of the recent years that I remember. It's great for us. We'll soak up all the water we can get. Here's a question for everyone. When you're riding on a two-lane road such as this, and especially once we get past this last traffic light before we get on the long stretch of no lights, do you prefer riding in the slow lane, the right-hand lane, or the fast lane, which would be the left-hand lane? How about freeways? When you're on two-lane freeways, which one do you prefer? I personally, as long as the flow of traffic's to my liking, I like to stay in the slow lane, you know, the whole keep right except to pass mentality or rule of thumb. And I also feel that I'm less of a target to any performance tickets or performance awards, speeding tickets. I don't know if that's true or not. Any law enforcement out there watching this video, chime in. I'd like to know. People really drive at an accelerated rate on this piece of road because we are now on the Gila River Indian community, and I think a lot of people assume you can't get a ticket out here, that there's not going to be anyone patrolling it. But from time to time, up here just before the light, sometimes we have unmarked cars parked there that will pull people over. I know for a fact that tribal police will pull you over because I got pulled over for doing 51 in a 45 and got a ticket. Luckily, it was a small ticket. It was like $5 for every mile an hour I was over, so 30 bucks. Not even worth my time to fight, but still, I thought 51 in a 45. I thought I was going to get a warning at most, but do the speed, you pay the fine. Is that car wanting over? They are. They should use their blinker. Because then I would have known their intentions. Oh, looks like they're going to stay going straight. Never know. Because that goes down to the only lane. See, in my imagination, I ignored it going down one lane and I passed everybody. But to be safe, I stayed where I should have. Check this one's coming, because now I will get everybody. That'll wake you up on a Tuesday morning. The clouds and the mountains are very striking this morning. I do not know if my camera's doing it justice or if you can even see what I'm seeing, but I'm trying to angle my head where I can see where I'm going and you can see the pretty mountains and clouds. Well, they say that Tuesday is supposed to be the most productive day of the work week because you have a lot of people have a case of Mondays on Monday. I didn't. Yesterday was a good day for me. And then Wednesdays, you're already thinking towards the weekend is hump day. You feel like the weeks are even long. Thursday, you're kind of checked out. We're just waiting for Friday. And Friday, of course, no one wants to do anything on Friday because they're already thinking about the weekend. I don't know if any of that's true. I've got to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, that fogged up the inside of my shield. I did that. No, excuse me again. Oh, beautiful day. I wonder if it's supposed to rain today. I mean, looks like it could rain this morning. And like we saw, the roads were wet earlier, so it did rain there, but I'm just trying to figure out if I'm gonna get wet on the way home. I could have zipped up my vents today. It's cool enough. It's not cold, but much cooler than it has been. About time. I mean, we're past the halfway mark in October already. So a lot of times this on-ramp here can be just chock full of cars, bumper to bumper, trying to get on at the same time. It's wide open this morning, which is nice, since I need to get over this lane to exit. But a lot of times I'll move over to the fast lane to give them plenty of room to merge, and then I can pick my best spot to go all the way over. Again, doing what I can to mitigate the risk, right? And a lot of it can really come from knowing the traffic patterns of where you're riding most. It doesn't help you if you're riding somewhere new, but since I know a lot of people get off of this exit, I'm really watching for blinkers, right? I'm watching for brake lights, especially the vehicles, the taller vehicles. A lot of times you'll see their brake lights first because they can see further ahead, so you can pay attention to that. And it's not the best idea to get in between a vehicle and an off-ramp, because a lot of times people are distracted. They don't realize, oh, I need to exit here. I've even seen people come across the gore line really late. So you have to be careful. It's better just to hang back until you're sure they're not going to come over, and then you can go on up. Another thing that I do is, here we have two right-hand turn lanes, and obviously I'm turning right, but I'm going to turn left at the next light, and so it would make sense if I would use the left-hand right turn lane. But I have found that when I'm there, a lot of times people don't see me, and the people who are in the rightmost right turn lane don't stay in their lane, like I just stayed in my lane, and they slide all the way over. This way, no one can slide over into my lane, and I can pick my moment to get over to the left lane so I can turn left up here. Another tip is, if this light were to turn red, I know a lot of big trucks turn left here, and I don't like getting all the way up in the front lane because I've seen the big trucks cut the corner. Again, it's just from riding this route so much, I know these little things, and those are things that I try to pay attention to while I ride so I can pick my safest route. Alright. I'm so stealth to those, they never pick me up. But here you got people wanting to turn left, and one of the tips you can see, oh, his left blinkers on, but he's on the right-hand turn lane. If you watch their front wheel, you can see if they're moving or not. A lot of times you can pick up the movement of their wheel turning before you could, if you're looking at the whole vehicle, to see if they're inching forward. So that's just a tip as well. So I'm at work, time to sign off. Hope everybody else has a great Tuesday. I plan to. Everybody stay safe out there, do good things, and no death today. Talk to you all later. Well, I survived Tuesday. Here I am on my way home. Stay cloudy most of the day. We got a little bit of rain. It's not raining now. It's in the mid-70s. Just beautiful. So last week, I rode from the Phoenix area up to Payson, Arizona. It's one of my favorite rides. It's a good way to get out of the heat when it's warmer here, because you're going all the way up to about 5,000 feet in elevation. As I watch out for people trying to not watch out for me. They saw me, luckily. Let's see if I can tuck in here. Now I'm going to do something I normally don't. I normally don't turn right out of the left-right turn lane because I'm worried about people sliding over, but that's kind of what I left myself. It's okay that time. So as I was saying, last week I took a ride from the Phoenix area up to Payson, Arizona, which is a great ride. I really appreciate it. It's a great way to beat the heat when it's warmer down here, because it is about 5,000 feet in elevation, whereas we're about 1,200 feet here. When I left last Wednesday, it was 70 degrees here in Phoenix, or the Chandler area. When I got up there, it was 61 degrees, and then when I got back home, it was 77 degrees. So you can see the different differences in temperature. When I got back home about 10:30 in the morning, so it was on its way to being a warmer day. My video of the ride up to Payson really didn't do the ride justice. I mean, it's got some of the most beautiful vistas that you'll see as you drop down into the little valleys on the way up. It really shows off how beautiful the desert can be. We've gotten more rain than average here recently, and so the desert's really green. So I was hoping the video would catch it a little bit better than it did. Also, I basically just rode up and rode back, and so I didn't take the opportunity to ride through their downtown area or their main street to show that off. So if I had to do it all over again, I would do that. So I'm going to piece the video together the best I can, hopefully catching some of the beautiful sights and scenery, and a little bit of the feel for the ride of going from the desert up through the high desert up into pine trees. But we'll see what you think. I'll post it up. It'll be a relatively short video. On the way to work, we talked a little bit about lane position. And so if I can get some more examples of that on the way home, I'll be more than happy to add them together and put out a video of any of the little tips that we have. See, that person used their blinker. That flashy thing that let me know they're getting over, that's a blinker, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's a miraculous invention, but in all reality, it's been in existence for quite some time. I wish more people use the blinker. Being the type of guy to give credit where credit is due, I have to give credit to the person driving that Lincoln Navigator. They're actually using their blinker. That little flashy thing that let me know which direction he was turning. He also used it while he was switching lanes on the freeway. This gives me a heads up of where he's going. It helps me stay out of his way. You know, I use up a lot of my psychic ability trying to guess or predict where these cars are going to go so I can stay out of their way. And if everybody used their blinkers, if they all drove at a consistent speed, if no one was in a big hurry, if they didn't follow too closely, I could save some of that psychic power and maybe do something more important with it, like predicting lottery numbers, or finding Elvis, or contacting Bigfoot. Who knows? But that goes both ways. If you ride a motorcycle as well, you should use your blinker and let the cars know, or give them as much warning as you can, or as much information as you can of where you're going and what you're going to do, so they can stay out of our way as well. Blinkers, use them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use my blinker right now. Hey, I'm getting over into the right lane. See that? Blinkers. Kidnapper van. It's probably not really a kidnapper. The van just doesn't have any side windows. We call them kidnapper vans. It's a descriptor of the vehicle, not the person driving it. So this person got their blinker on. He's able to stay out of his way. That's a good blinker moment right there. Thank you very much for using your blinker. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yay! We get to put a video together about lane position and blinkers today. That's fantastic. I think they'll go together all right. As I blink my way over here. Blink my way over here. Blinky, blinky. And at this point, I'm thinking maybe I chose poorly. There's a lot more space in front of that Ford truck than there is in front of these vehicles, but maybe some of these people are turning left, then I won't be further behind. We'll see. The navigator is putting his bet on the right-hand lane there. We'll see what happens. We'll see. More blinkers. Alright, so we've got 2 people. Oh, the navigator is going to the right. Right now it would have been... Oh, he's not. Oh, maybe he's going to circle K. So it would have been a tie. We both chose okay. Ooh, I smell a skunk. Everybody talks about riding a motorcycle and how it's being out in the wind, out in the breeze, and the fresh air. No one really talks about the smells you get to smell. At least the skunk smell was fleeting. Didn't last very long. Alright, looks like I've made it safely into my neighborhood. So thanks again for watching. Hope you like the tips I put together out there about lane position and blinkers and some of the random stuff I talked about. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Share this with your friends. I'll put the website, motorcyclejones.com website link in the description, as well as a Facebook link. You know, until next time, everybody stay safe, have fun, do good things, and no death today.